all, welcome to a brand new piking adventure. It's 4:49. I wanted to be here at dawn, and I am here at dawn. I wanted to be here at first light actually, but there's no hope of that in this country. Doesn't matter what time you get up, it's always already dawn. Listen, I'm gonna get set up and let's get a new video made. I can't wait, let's go. And I think I've got one. This is on a single hook, on a smelt. Awesome. There's definitely a fish there. I can see it, that's class. Ooh. Let's see if we can get it out of those weeds. Hey! Some action, that's pretty sweet. Right. That's great, I haven't even got the net out yet. Let's make sure it doesn't bang its head on those rocks. Awesome! Single hook pike action! Love it! Alright! Great! Well, first day back after the lockdown and a lovely dawn pike. That's class. It's not the biggest pike in the world, but it's very welcome. Let's get it back. Yes! Awesome. I think that's actually my first pike of 2020. I had a couple of blanks right at the start. But you can't beat that. It's not even 6 o'clock. Well folks, welcome to another piking adventure. The world's been in lockdown and fishing hasn't been allowed for the past 10 weeks, and even before that it was a few weeks, you know, since the last time I was out. So yeah, this is only the second or third trip of 2020, which is a bit disappointing, but that's where we are. And listen, it is just wonderful to be out fishing again. I'm thrilled to bits. I can only stay here until about 10:30 this morning, so I got up super early. I wanted to be here for like sunrise, and I think I arrived at what, 4:45, and it was still already bright. So well listen, I managed to get the rods in the water and I wasn't disappointed. I've caught my first pike of 2020. Absolutely ridiculous since it's June almost, but there we go. It's a really windy day. Now what I've got is I've got like a little wired microphone, so if you see wires all over the place, it's not traces and it's not bits of gear. Especially if I show you the fish that I caught this morning. Don't be thinking it's like tackle hanging out of it or whatever. It's me and my wired microphone. So I'm just going to show you how windy it is. It's like a really windy day. Alright, so I've just done a nice wee Facebook Live video just to update the Piking Adventures Facebook community on how things have been going with this trip. It's 8:30, so I've really got like 2 hours left before I go home, and I'm going to recast both rods. I'll stick the bait on and I'll show you the single hook setup that I caught that fish on, and we'll take it from there. So here's the setup. It's dead simple. It's just a run ring and buffer beat job with a 20-inch trace and a smelt on a single hook. Now that hook, I could probably go smaller with that, but again, you could go bigger. It's my first foray with single hooks. I know that I caught a fish on that, and I know that it did virtually no damage, and it was so clean and easy to unhook. I'll run with this for a while and I'll see how the run to fish ratio goes. So I'm going to cast this in and hopefully we can get a fish. I'm not messing about too much with camera angles today because, as you can see, it's very windy. So I'll cast this in. You can see how far out I'm fishing. Like with that big weight, you can punch it quite far out. I think it's important to have one close in and one far out, and I'm relatively close in with the fledger and boom thing, so I'll go far out with this. So what I did there, as soon as I cast in, you saw me sinking the line. That's because if you have line on the top of the water on a day like that, it's just going to blow out and bow, and that really doesn't help with bite indication. You want the line as tight as possible, and as soon as you cast in, if you can sink the line, tighten down to it as soon as you know your stuff's on the bottom, and then get it in the rod rest. So I'm going to give the other one a recast now, I might as well. So with this one here, I've got like a fledger and boom setup. This is the fledger and the boom. So what you've got here is a weight, and then a boom, and then this, which is a piece of cork, and then a run ring and buffer bead setup where the line freely slips through it. A boom here to prevent tangles, and then another bead and a snap swivel. Then I've got a length of trace wire. And what you're seeing here is some lily pads, but that's because the bait got sort of dragged through them whenever I was bringing it in and the bait came off. And then what I've got is 2 trebles on this one and 2 polyballs to pop the thing up. But I think, to be honest, I'm going to go for something that's hard on the bottom, because that's what I had success with on the last one. I'm still going with the fledger and boom setup, but I'll go for something hard on the bottom and see if the pop-ups for another day. It always pays to change things up. If single hooks are going to work for me, I might move to single hooks. I haven't quite made that decision yet. Getting pretty windy. You can see the size of the waves that are coming in. Just goes to show, if you put on a couple of good heavy weights and you have a good ledger system set up and you get a nice rod pod and keep it quite low, sink the line, keep it tight, you can do alright in the wind. It's just your video's audio might not be so attractive, but whatever. So I'm afraid this isn't the highest quality video. The camera tripod has bust. The replacement camera tripod phone holder thing has bust. So my phone is literally balancing on a bare tripod at the minute, hence the shakiness. So yeah, between that and the GoPro that wouldn't work and the wind knocking everything over constantly, this has been, I would say, a difficult session. But not an impossible session, and that's the important thing. I gotta get a few new bits and bobs for the camera now, but whatever. I did find a nice Toby spinner, which is great. It's not a spinner, it's a lure. I think it's called a Toby. I'm not good on lures, I need to ask Kirky about that one. And a perfectly good massive Lita Pike weigh sling, which is absolutely stinking. God knows how many months that's been lying here for. But I'll take that home. I'll put it in a basin of Milton and it'll be good as new. I've got a weigh sling, but now I've got 2. So yeah, I suppose that's nice. I'm coming into the last 30 minutes here, so unless something spectacular happens, I think it's just that first pike in horrendously low quality that you're getting. But sure, a pike is better than nothing. And I think this is probably the way forward for me now to do these, to do shorter videos or to do shorter sessions, and get here real early in the morning and then maybe go home by about 9 o'clock or something, because I think after dawn breaks there's not really much going to happen. Dawn and dusk, they're the best times. You can hear it's horrendously windy. This has been a difficult session, but one that I'm very happy to have had. So I think I'll sign off here, and obviously if anything more happens I'll zoom in at the end of the video. Take care if you're out fishing yourself. Use common sense. The whole virus thing hasn't quite gone away, so if you're opening gates or using shared surfaces or anything like that, disinfect your hands or something. Thoroughly glad to be out fishing again. Take care if you're out fishing. If you do go out fishing and you catch something, feel free to share it with me. Feel free to tell me your own experiences of fishing in high winds. Make sure to stay tuned to Piking Adventures for some more videos in the near future. Until the next time, strike early, strike often. See you on the next Piking Adventure.